I think first I have to start with crediting Michigan. We had to win that game. We had to earn that game. They gave us nothing. So impressed by KBA and the job she's done this year. She and I saw each other recruiting this summer, and you know how things go. Like, they had lost some kids in the portal, and she had these freshmen coming in. And to see from the unknown to what they've become is just a credit to their culture, their players. They've had a great year, and we'll be rooting for them in the NCAA tournament. Super proud of our team. I think this shows exactly how far we've come. We had to earn this one. We got better throughout the game offensively against their pressure. I thought we had to come together and have a fight, which we did. I thought we got contributions from everywhere. Obviously, you know, Ju and Kiki cannot be guarded by one person, and they showed up and did their thing. But we are not where we are without the contributions of our leadership. I thought Rhea, coming off her illness, held us together, held it down, made her buckets. You know, Ken's got cramps with the way she defends. And these two right here who are also young, Avery's a freshman, Malia's a sophomore, just I thought changed momentum, changed tempo, and we don't get where we want to get to without this whole group. And I thought that was on display today. And these two are huge part of that. And I'm really proud of the group, and on to the next.
Okay, questions for the student athletes, please raise your hand. We'll bring you the microphone. We'll go back here first. You'll be second.
Ben Balch, Los Angeles Times. There was obviously a tight back and forth game, and then you rolled off 14 consecutive points, which was pretty incredible. What was it like in the middle of that run? What went into it, and what did it feel like to be out there when that's happening?
Yeah, it was super exciting to be out there. I knew our run was coming. We were due for a run, and I just heard Rhea during our timeout saying, this group is going to get a run, this group is going to get a run. Mm-hmm. So I think that really helped us get it going, and it was super exciting to be out there.
Right ahead.
Hey, Nikki Thomas from Annenberg Media. Malia, you had this really impressive defensive sequence in the second where there was this really nice block into steal. You guys were playing from behind a lot in the first, most of the first. How do you keep up that defensive intensity when you're playing with your back up against the wall like that?
Just having my team's back is the main thing. I know my role coming off the bench. I'm in there to make a run go or start defense, and I think that's the main thing, is just wanting to help my team and do the best thing for my team regardless of our backs being against the wall, or if we're up 20, down 20, it doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
Hi, Taylor Daniels, Michigan Daily. Last time you played Michigan, they didn't have Silas Swords. Tonight, she was the leading scorer. Just what impact did she have on the game today, and what new look does she give you?
I think that Sila, obviously, I'm on the Canadian national team with Sila, so I've known her for a while, but I think that she just plays with a lot of heart, a lot of passion. So definitely we knew that was going to be a difference maker for their team for sure, but I think our team coming in knew that and were prepared for that and did our best to guard her in any way we could, switching, communicating, but I think that she had a really good game and gave it her all for sure.
Down there.
Avery, it seems like you're one of the, I would say the most reliable shooter from, around the perimeter or around the, from three. What kind of goes into kind of your preparation for those and being ready for those moments? And you had only 3 points in the first half, and then, you stepped up in the fourth quarter when, your team needed you. What was kind of the feeling going into it, and the mindset of closing out the game to reach a championship?
Yeah, I think for myself as a three-point shooter, it's just preparation. I'm always in the gym, always getting shots up. So anytime my coach needs me to execute a play or get a shot for our team, I am prepared and I try to execute to the best of my abilities. I think today, obviously, Ju and Keeks are getting guarded really hard, so there was more openings for me to get shots. But then I think I wasn't super hot from three today, so I was trying to make other things work out, leaking out, getting layups. Talia found me a couple times, finishing around the rim, but I'm a huge competitor, so I knew that fourth quarter was going to be huge for our team, and I just tried to show up in any way that I could.
Okay, we're going to go to the Michigan Daily, then front row, and then we'll finish up with the players back with the LA Times.
Alina Levine, Michigan Daily. Juju was held to pretty well by Michigan in the first half, but then in the second half, Kiki Irvin stepped up and kind of kick-started your guys' offense. I was wondering if you could talk about what it's like to play with her.
With Kiki? I think Kiki is a huge presence as well, so is Juju, but I think Kiki is so lethal from the elbow that she has to be guarded, but then she can get down that lane line. So I think that she's super challenging for anyone to try to guard. And then her decision-making ability to take a dribble if they slide over, kicking it out to a three, or skipping it across the court. I just think that she has so many different versions to her game that just makes her really hard to defend.
Go ahead.
Avery, you had this really nice run in the fourth with Juju. You guys were sort of like back and forth with the scoring and pushing the team on that run. Can you speak to the intensity of playing such an important role in these moments as a freshman?
Yeah, I mean, it's the position I want to be in, obviously. I'm confident. I am very vocal, so I feel like being in those situations, it's super fun and exciting, and I'm a really big competitor, so I love those moments. And I think obviously our team has super high standards and expectations for our team, and so do our coaches. And I think that we execute that like every day in practice. So I think stepping onto the floor, it's just kind of like our situations in practice, and we're all out there together playing for each other. So I think it's honestly a lot of fun to just be out there.
Okay, final question for the players.
Nancy Armour, USA Today Sports. You guys are in the championship game. Do you have a preference whether you get UCLA for a third time or get Ohio State?
Coach?
That's going to be a no. Whoever wins, we'll be ready to play.
Yeah.
Ladies, you are now dismissed. Go ahead back to the locker room. Thank you so much. Good
Thank
luck
you,
tomorrow.
guys.
Thank you.
Okay, questions for Coach? Back.
Ben Balch, LA Times. Obviously not the best shooting day for Juju, but she had a play that sparked that 14-0 run where she was doubled. She kind of squeezed through the two defenders, made a leaning jumper. What does it say about her that she sticks with it in situations like that and leads the team even on what is not her best day?
Yeah, I mean, we say not her best day because she's got 3 and 4 bodies on her all the time. And to still end up with 20 and 11, I thought she showed a lot of poise. It was probably frustrating. She was getting trapped and doubled when she's with the ball in her hands. Tried to get her some looks kind of underneath the defense, but there were a lot of bodies there. And I thought her poise was really good today. I thought we tried to use her as a screener a bit in the second half and get Kiki free. I thought she played off that really well, and I thought her decision-making was good. She had a couple where no matter how many bodies there are, she just has an ability to slide through and finish through contact. And then she made some good decisions where she dropped it off to Keeks or, found Avery on a spray. I thought she was all there the entire time today and found ways to, impact the game in so many ways. I thought she was really, really good defensively also.
Go ahead.
Jordan Klein, Michigan Daily. Coach, under 30 points in the first half and then over 50 in the second half. What do you think kickstarted your offense in the second?
I mean, first of all, Michigan's a really good defensive team, but we had to find those spots. We had to handle their pressure, and I knew we'd eventually knock down some shots. I thought we got some good looks that didn't go in the first half, but really it was almost like an attitude shift for us, like to be the aggressors and take it at them, and I thought that was, a key to get going as well. I thought we got to the free throw line more as well because I thought we were more aggressive to get the ball where it needed to go in the paint, whether that was off the bounce or with post touches.
Hi, Taylor Daniels, Michigan Daily. Mentioned this to players, but seeing Silas Swords for the first time, how did she change the game for Michigan? And also, just what did you notice that was different about playing Michigan the second time this season?
I mean, she's terrific. She is so good. I thought her release was quicker live than I had seen on film, but she's just a really complete player. She's a competitor. I know that Team Canada and Michigan all think so highly of her. I saw her a ton at Lehigh because we have a player from Lehigh as well. But to see her at this level and come with an ability to cut and finish around the basket and a quick trigger from three, she's just a really, really impressive player.
Hey, Coach, Avery came up really big in a couple of plays in both games. Could you kind of describe her style of play and what you see down the pike for her?
I mean, she is such a competitor. I know the shooting kind of jumps off the page, and she is a great shooter. It's one thing to put the work in practice. It's another thing to hit big shots in games, which she does. But it's that competitive fire, that competitive nature. She's just incredibly tough. You know, she didn't turn the ball over in 28 minutes. You know, she obviously provides a lot of gravity for us, so we're going to get better touches for Kiki if she's on the side because you can't leave her as a shooter. But really, it's that desire and you know, kind of killer instinct she has that has, I think, as a freshman, allowed her to be very vocal and be very confident and impact the game for us in a lot of ways.
Cassandra Negley with Yahoo Sports. It's been a while since you played Michigan, a couple of months. What kind of growth have you seen from all of their freshmen from high school to that game to this game? And I know next year is not top of mind for you, but what can that program do with them?
Yeah, I mean, I thought they were good last time. Obviously, we didn't see Sila live, but I think they've been good. I think it's the consistency of excellence. I think they'd won 8 out of 10 coming into this game. They play hard. They're complete players. They can shoot or drive it. I think, you know, the freshmen are really good, but I think we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about Jordan Hobbs and her leadership with that group and the way she plays, which I think allows those young ones to also do their thing. I just, you know, I'll probably text KBA later. I try to, you know, you say it after the game, but the moment's a very quick moment. But just, I think their growth has been tremendous, and we had to win this game. It wasn't, you know, something that was given to us in any way. They play hard, and they're a really good team, and they've gotten better. And credit to Kim and her staff for getting them there, and for these freshmen for really, you know, growing, being good coming in and growing throughout the course of the year.
Okay, anything else for Coach? Oh, Grant, sorry.
Hi. So this team seems to go on, you know, kind of start the game a little slow sometimes, including this game. But it seems like they just have a will to win. What's the motivation, you know, going into the fourth quarter? What's kind of the secret to the team pulling off, you know, wins time and time again throughout the entire season?
Yeah. I mean, I think the fourth quarter burst is a couple different things. I think, you know, we have elite athletes that are in good shape, and I shout out our strength and conditioning coach, Kelly Dormandy, who I think there's nobody better. I also think our players are insanely competitive, and they do have a will to win. I think, you know, with Juju and Kiki in particular, it's not just their talent. They just have a fierce kind of competitive will about them and go ahead and make plays, you know, that you can't really script. And I think the team, I would say many people are like that on our team, Ken and Rhea, I mean, really our team. And so with that confidence in that, we've grown to know that with that burst of sort of intensity and competitiveness, we still now have all the players that we need to make plays. You can't, you know, sell out on one player on our team or take away one thing. I think that the will to win has been there, and now there's probably more connectivity and synergy amongst the group of what it takes to get stops together and to score points together, and to have just sort of some energy and athleticism at the end of the game that separates us.
All right, Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you. See you.